Good morning. Hope all's well. We're out here in the camper getting some coffee early in the morning. Oh, just waiting for Mama to get up and get going so we can hit the road this morning. We're gonna go see some of our customers in Preston, Idaho, Grace, Idaho, Soda Springs, Idaho. I'm not sure if we're going into Montpelier. Maybe, but we're definitely going into Henry. Uh, there's a cute little store up in Henry, and Whitney up there gave me a text the other day saying that she was about out of our jewelry and needed some. So we're on our way up there today. This is kind of what we do. Me and my wife are like gypsies, and so we make the jewelry up and make displays and go sell it to stores. And stores, of course, they mark it up and um, get their share too. Seems like it works good, and we try to keep our prices, low so everybody can afford it. Um, but yeah, we've been doing this. I think this is our 11th year, um, so it's been good for us. We get to travel around and see all of our customers, which is a lot of fun, and the local ones around here. If we're, within, well, we've got some stuff like along the coastline and stuff we don't get to very often, but they just call them or email orders to us. We ship them in the mail. We used to go all the time before COVID, and um, we used to go, I don't know, every 2 to 3 months we'd go down the coast, hit all of our shops down that way. But we're in a lot of shops in Oregon, California. We've got some in Yellowstone and a few in Jackson Hole, some in Zion, not in the park, but outside the park in Springdale. Yeah, we've got our stuff a lot of different places. And so what we do is the ones that are fairly close to us, 3-4 hours away, um, we'll run up and check on them and put new batteries in their display and rotate out their jewelry. We'll take the old stuff home, and I'll bring it home and polish it back up and get it in another ring box and take it to the next store. So it's kind of what we do. It's a crazy process, but usually what I do is I spend a lot of the summer um, running around. Like in the springtime, all of our shops are gearing up for their season, so we hit them early spring, get them topped off, and then there's a little bit of a lull uh, till June or July. Then we usually have to hit them again because they're getting low, and it just seems like if we call them up and say, "Hey, you guys need some stuff," it's just better to see them and walk in there, surprise them with some candy and a bag of Swedish fish. That's our calling card. So we usually take them a bag of Swedish fish they can um, snack on, and if we leave an invoice there with whoever's there at the store, they'll know that we've been there. But yeah, that's kind of the way we roll with it. It's been fun. It's probably more fun than it is money making. It's a lot of work, and in order to keep your prices low, you have to do this stuff for a cheap enough price, that the store can make money and you can make a little. And so it keeps you busy, man. You got to put in some hours, but, I love it. I love creating things, and, um, I even like making the displays, it's like right now, it's dark, it's cold out here. The cats aren't even up yet, but, it's like this little candle box in front of you. I call it the ponder box. So I kind of built it, been years ago, but, um, it's just a tomato. It's an old tomato sauce can that was in a campfire, and, um, got pretty beat up, and I cut a hole in it in the other side where you could put a tea candle in it, and it had a few holes already in the back of it. And so I put a wire. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty dark in here, but like this is a wire. So a bail. And so what I do with that is I can turn it, I can lift the can out. Anyway, yeah, you can just burn a candle and you don't have to worry about, it getting too hot in there or anything. I put some metal in the top, and a metal, like a Kerr bottle lid, in the top and bottom, so if there was some heat, it would slow it down. Never had a problem with them, and that's what I do. I just kind of come out, I'll light that. It's enough light that it doesn't like blind you. Just kind of a soothing light, and you can just sit and think, get in your own head. Most of the time I'm smoking a pipe. That helps me. Not saying, recommending do it to anybody, but, man, it sure works for me. Slows the day down, lets me concentrate. I love doing that, and it's a good thing for me. But, yeah, it's a little ponder box. I'll do it more in the light so you can kind of see what it is, but I've got it to where it holds like a pencil and some, like scratch paper, to write down ideas and stuff. And sometimes I come out and just sit early in the morning, get some coffee, and I'll get some new ideas for some of the jewelry and or displays, or these little boxes and stuff. And so, yeah, that's it's kind of what we do. Sounds funny, but to think back, 11 years ago or more, we used to do like farmers markets and stuff, and I was working full time, and she was too. And Saturdays would roll around, and we'd load up the, truck with all of our jewelry. And I used to do some other stuff too. I used to do like these big spoon flowers made out of spoons. You'd go to around here we call them the DI, Deseret Industries, which is like a Goodwill, or a Salvation Army. And I used to pick up spoons, and I'd bring them home, and I'd bend some rebar, and I'd weld these spoons to the rebar so it looked like, leaves coming off from it. And I'd put them in a brake rotor, like a front brake rotor for a car. And I'd get them all hooked up in there. And then I'd weld these spoons together on the top to a great big washer. And yeah, I'd make a flower out of it, and then I'd paint them. And man, we used to take those things to, like a swap meet or the farmer's market. And man, we used to sell a ton of them, but they were just heavy and hard to pack. I remember when we'd go, we'd have to take the truck in a trailer and haul all that stuff. And man, what a lot of work, because you could be a couple blocks away from, where the farmer's market was, and you drop off what you could with the truck and trailer, but you were always going back and forth, and hauling all that stuff. You could be a few blocks away. It was a lot of work, and get hot in the summertime. You have to haul all that stuff back, and it wasn't a lot of fun, but it was a lot of fun. uh, but yeah, great memories, of doing that kind of stuff. I love creating things. I mean, it seems like I get a creation at least once a week, and I'll try it. Some things work, some things don't, so it's part of the journey. The stuff that I do now, I've made it to where I can go places and actually make it. I'm not stuck here in my workshop. I mean, it's more comfortable there just because I got a lot of stuff there, but I've set up my truck to where I can take, go places like our favorite camp spots, like up at the summit. There's a place up there that's, I just absolutely love it. You can go up there and you can camp or just stay up there for the day. There's a little creek running through it. Just beautiful, just, pure nature up there. A lot of people around here will call it the powerhouse, and it's up at the top. You have to go up, hike up in there, but there was a little shed that they used everybody just called it the powerhouse. So the locals call that area the powerhouse, but it's considered the summit. So either or, but yeah, just a beautiful area. Every time I go up there, I see animals. There's deer everywhere, or just a ton of squirrels and stuff to watch. It's just a little slice of heaven for me. But I can, I can take my stuff. I get bored with doing what I'm doing, and I can just take it. I could be doing the same thing up there in nature, just outdoors. Of course, you're not doing it in the wintertime and in 3 feet of snow, but in the summer and spring, fall, it's all good. So yeah, visit that place quite often in the lake that's close, and I've just been really blessed to have this fortune to be able to work and create, get inspired by being out in nature and being able to do and create my jewelry outside in nature. So it's just a good break. Sometimes you just feel like you're in your workshop instead of enjoying other things. But winter rolls around, and orders slow down. It gives you time to reflect and come up with new ideas and new things to create, and it's a fun life for us. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna go get some breakfast on the run and see some of our friends at that restaurant, and then we're gonna go see our customers and fix them up and come home and start over again tomorrow. So anyway, I hope everybody's good. If anybody out there is looking to make some extra money, I don't know who that would be, but probably everybody out there could probably use some. I've got some ideas for everybody. And it's just, you gotta, there's a ton of ways of making money out there, and you just got to start small. You can't expect it overnight, but there's a lot of things. And anyway, in my upcoming videos, I'm gonna share some ideas with some people and see with you guys and see if it's something that works for you. and some ways of saving some money. Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. So anyway, hope all's well with everybody, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk at you next time. See ya.